Hey YouTube, it's jurracmaster, and today I've got a video for you on the weird evil ruling that has been annoying me since Evols came out with the evil tile Najasho Evo Force combo. I never really understood it fully, so I've recently talked over it with Lord Solar 6075. Hopefully I remember to link his channel in the description. So go check him out. Most of you guys on my channel probably know him already anyway, but for any of you that don't, go check him out. We had been talking about that ruling. I'd known about the fact that it existed for a while, but never really understood why or exactly how it worked, but now I've got a decent enough understanding of it to kind of give you guys a video that should cover it. So most of you guys should know already the Evil Tile Najasho plus Evo Force play, because it is the best play currently in the Evil deck. So basically, once you tribute that, this is why for so long in my videos I've had the evil order that I run them off as these guys, the Ceratos, then the Diplos, then Volcanos, and Eliases. It's because of the fact that it's optional versus mandatory, the first five being mandatory, and the last five being optional. So the reason the ruling is there is because of, the stupid timing situations in Yu-Gi-Oh! That no one cares about, that shouldn't exist. But for whatever reason it does, and we have to deal with them. So basically what the situation there is in this case, I'll give you an example that you can't do before I give you the actual ruling. You can't summon this, and then summon this, hoping to get this effect. Because what'll happen is, some weird reason this misses timing, you have to bring out the Elias and then the Diplo. So you can't really get around torrential and stuff like that, or whatever it is that they have. You can't just get rid of it before you summon the Elias. So basically I'm going to summarize the ruling here for you. Is if you have Najasho Evo Force and you're bringing out two Evols, you have to bring out, if you're bringing out two Evols, one has a mandatory effect and one has an optional effect. For the optional effect to be usable, you have to bring out the optional one first. So if you're going to go into one of these guys, go ahead. But they have to be the first one. You can't then go into a Diplo afterwards, or beforehand, and then go into them, or else they miss timing. So, as a rule of thumb, if you want to combine one of these two with one of these two, summon these guys first, these guys second. So any combination like that, just keep that in mind. But if you're going into two mandatories, say two Diplo, they obviously hit. Or if you're going into two Volcano or two Elias, they will also get their effects. So that's the ruling. I'm just going to go into a few good combinations and a few combinations I wouldn't recommend, or combinations that are purely situational off of the Najasho Evo Force play. So, obviously, you guys, after seeing that ruling, should know that you cannot just summon Diplo first to pop a back row and try to keep your monsters safe on the summon. So, basically, you can't use this to bluff out stuff like Bottomless. So, going into these guys first isn't a problem, because they make the, they're all weak under Bottomless. But the thing with this is, if you then use it to summon something like this, or this. It can be bottomless, and then you're short one monster. So basically what you want to do is pop with Diplo. It might get bottomless, and or I'm sorry, I keep getting messed up because Diplo's there. What you want to do, summon these guys first, and bring out, optimally you want to bring out another Volcano with a Volcano. It's weird, yeah, you don't have the one engraved, but if you can use this to bring out a Volcano, please do it, because it keeps you safer. Then you can try to hit this to hit anything else they might have. Granted, you could still run into a Torrential, or this could get bottomless, but that's kind of what it was supposed to do in the first place. So this is just, you can't get rid of bottomless first, you can't do any of that kind of thing. So these guys are slightly more vulnerable, but you want to go into them first, because you don't want to miss the Volcano's effect. That being said, if you know that the opponent has something like Torrential in the back row, like for whatever reason you know they have something like that, go into a Diplo, and then either another Diplo or a Serato. That's just kind of obvious, and if the situation arises where you really have to, you can obviously go into a mandatory then an optional, keeping in mind that the optional doesn't get the effect. So basically what that would do is keep you safer from being monsterless for too long. You'd have this one Volcano sitting out there, or this one Elias sitting in defense position to defend you until you can make another play. So if they do have a card in the back row and you're in a really bad situation, go ahead and go into the Diplo first. If it's really like the best option, it probably won't be, but I just figured I'd make sure that I wasn't discouraging you guys from making a smart play by bringing this ruling up. I just don't want people misplaying and either getting called on it or doing better than they really should because they're rigging the rules. So another thing is, first turn, it's nice to have the ability to go into one of these two, Logia or Solda, and this will bring that ability to you. You could even go into both, depending on what you have. Obviously, the double Elias into 2 Evil Swords out of hand works, but sometimes, depending on the deck, it's not the best option. Decks that don't run mass removal cards, like after the monsters are out, like Mirror Force, which that's pretty common these days that people don't run Mirror Force. Decks like that also can't easily get around 2 monsters with 2100 attack. You could go into 2 of these, as opposed to bringing out a combination like this. It's just weaker. This as well. It's just like they could deprison you, or they could use 2 effects to get rid of Logia, as opposed to one solid wall that's slightly stronger. You could have 2 still strong walls that are going to search out your evil tiles again so that you can reuse all of your combos and not be stuck off of, say, you went into a Logia first turn. If they manage to get rid of this, you probably don't have more evil tiles to play off of, and you just want to be able to set yourself up again. And this is not that easy to get around, except for Dark Hole, in which case the deck runs plenty of answers to stuff like that. It's just harder for most people to get around that unless they top Dark Hole, in which case Forbidden Lance, try to save 1. Just keep it going a little bit. I can't really say much to that. I mean, if you draw a Solemn, go ahead and do this play. It's a very good one. I don't do it often, just I'm throwing it out there as an alternative. But that being said, if you can ever go into both of these first turn before the opponent gets to play, do it. They're not going to recover. Finally, I mean, I've already kind of covered this play first turn into any two level 4 evil sores makes you these two. I've preferred to keep Dolka out of this combo because this only stops special summons. This can keep things safe, and then he won't be destroyed. Even after you use Logia's effect, he can still kind of keep himself around. That's why it's not as good of an idea to go into Dolka first. But you can, it depends on the deck you're playing. So, I guess finally here, a combination most people don't think about is when you've already used, like, say you've gotten rid of an Elias, even both, you can bring out, obviously, double Volcano. Most people probably thought of this. Some people just forget about the fact that Volcano can summon Elias. But if you've used one, say you tributed it for, you tributed to use this, the other one was stuck in your hand or something and you returned it, really rare situation that this is going to happen, but for some reason you've got one in there and you've got a level 4 Evil Sore in your hand, you can go into a combination like this. Since they're both optional, they both get their timing, and then you go into a really strong setup. So that's basically it for this little ruling strategy video. Most of this was based off of the one combo in the deck that has the most options. Obviously, Evil Tile Najasho plus Evo Force. But the reason I decided to do the strategy part is because after seeing the ruling, a lot of people might have thought that it would be a bad idea to do some of these, or that some of these might miss timing. I did some of these as an example, just to make sure that you guys understood the rule better. Some of them to keep you from being discouraged from, losing timing to the rule. And, I mean, situationally going into a mandatory first, like mainly Diplo first, could be a good idea. Obviously, if you don't need to use the effect and you're just walling out, then go ahead and do that. There are plenty of plays, situations. Hopefully you guys are smart enough to figure them out when the time comes. I can't go over every situation I've ever been in, because it would take way too long. But mainly that's it. I guess I'll cover the good uses of Solda. Solda is how I get around Cataster. That's a very good use of it. Obviously, it's you can torrential on your own summon of Solda to get rid of your opponent's monsters, stuff like that a lot of people don't think about. Like, you don't usually think to torrential your own summon, but if you're indestructible, go ahead. It clears their field and then lets you attack. Just get that 2600 damage right in there, because unless they have Dimensional Prison or Fiendish Chain, they're not getting around that. So that's about it. I hope that this was helpful for you guys. I hope you guys learned from it. And, I mean, until the new stuff comes out, this will probably be the last video I have up. So, I don't know. I might be able to get some more in, but until the new stuff comes out, I'm just kind of using all of the time that I would have on videos, putting it into playtesting so that I can get you guys the best, the best content I can when the new cards come out for Evols and Hieratics and other stuff like that. So, one of the last videos for a week or so. I apologize for not putting them up there. If any of you guys didn't see the channel update video, it's just I've been having trouble uploading videos, and I just kind of scrapped a few of the videos that didn't upload right. So I've been trying. Don't think I forgot about you guys. It's been really frustrating waiting for like a 2 or 3 hour upload just for it to have no audio every time. So I'm just going to have to increase the upload time to about 5 hours just to get around it. So thanks for watching, hope this helped you guys, and have a nice day.